Hello everyone and welcome back. I mentioned in my last video that this will be ranking all of the episodes of Love, Death and Robots, season by season from best to worst. Worst to best, my bad. So we did season 1 and now I'm ranking season 2. Season 2 was a lot shorter than season 1, so I might spend a little bit more time talking about each episode, but I'm still going to keep it short and sweet. There's pretty good few episodes in season 2. I'd say there's 5 episodes that are excellent, and then the other 3 are kind of meh. One is pretty bad.
It is good day to be Giant Man!
So, and we're gonna start with that one. Season 2, episode 8, which is the final episode of the season. Sadly, a low ending to the season, I'd say. And there's the Drowned Giant. So instead of having a more overarching story about something specific, this is about a giant corpse, naked corpse, of an unknown man that washes up on shore. Scientists are sent to look over it, and then over time, this one researcher becomes entranced by it. He loves seeing the giant, and he decides to just keep an eye out on what happens. Over time, the corpse degrades, and the townspeople eventually turn it into not like a spectacle, but they don't care about its existence. And eventually, when the giant starts to fall to pieces, pieces of him end up around town, like bones and hands and that. And it's not really very grim, it's treated more like a philosophical statement. I feel like it didn't really fit well. It was kind of boring. Also, a really bad ending to the season, especially after episode 7, which you'll see much higher up on this list.
Don't forget, I'm 57 years old.
On to number 7, we have Automated Customer Service. And this is actually the first episode of the season. Season 2, episode 1. You'll notice with season 2, as you can see, the first and last episodes were a bit of a letdown. In this episode, it's about a futuristic retirement village, which is completely staffed by robots. The robots, of course, gain sentience and go mad and start killing people, and then the old people basically have to fight back against them. It's very predictable when it comes to the robots taking over, and we're going to see, I think, obviously more of that later on, but this didn't do it that well, and it was very derivative. So if I were you, skip the first episode, skip the last episode of the season. They're not worth it. Moving on to number 6 on my ranking is Ice. Ice is the second episode of the season, and you'll see I have a bias against the art style used for this episode. I didn't like it when it was used with Zima Blue, which I think it is the same art style. It could be very similar, slightly different, whatever. I'm not a fan. It's a very ugly art style. It's not a bad art style, I'd say. There's some parts where you can tell it's actually really animated well. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. So basically, these two brothers move to a colony planet which is completely covered in ice, and all the people on the planet are genetically modified. One of the brothers isn't modified, and he's sort of ostracized for it. And it is basically about how these brothers gain each other's respect throughout a not tragic event, but a dangerous event that they experience on the ice planet. I won't spoil too much. It's not a terrible episode, and I wouldn't skip it, I'd say. It's also not very long, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. But I can't get past the art style. It's really not good. Okay, then we have number 5 on our list, which is All Through the House. This is episode 6 of the season. All Through the House is a Christmas episode. Now, I've wanted to put it higher up because I love stop motion, and it is stop motion. Actually, I think I might have mislabeled that. Yeah, it is episode 6 of the season. On Christmas, these two siblings are awoken by this noise downstairs. They think it's Santa Claus. Okay, just ignore the extremely loud sneezes. I'll edit them out. They think the noise downstairs is Santa Claus. So they go downstairs and they find out it's this ugly creature, horrifying monster. It comes up to them and just says that they're good and gives them each a present. So this is the Santa Claus in this world. And it has a funny part at the end where the kid sits with the presents and thinks, well, what if that thing had thought we were bad? And yeah, I'm also wondering, that would have been horrifying. It's a good episode. It's fun. It's not too serious. So it's a quick watch too, I think. It's like 5-6 minutes, not even. It's a really short episode.
Grass grows, birds fly, sun shines, and brother, I hurt people.
Hey, next we move on to number 4 on my list, and that's In the Tall Grass. This has a very unique art style. It's hard to describe exactly what it is, but I like it. So this train breaks down in a field of this tall grass, and a passenger steps outside despite what the conductor says. Tells him not to step out. Sees shit in the grass and walks in to investigate it, because this is a completely normal thing to do if you see weird lights in tall grass that you've never seen before. He gets attacked by creatures that are hiding in the grass, but the conductor saves him. They break down at that same spot very often, so it's very supernatural, and the tall grass is like a doorway to another world. The creatures in the grass were humans that have gone lost in it, and eventually they drive off. It doesn't have like a very grim ending, which I'm very happy with, because too many horror stories would lean into that, and it didn't. It actually had a good ending. He escaped.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Now we're on to the top 3 of the list. See, this was much quicker than the first video. At the number 3 spot is Life Hutch, which is the 7th episode of the season. And this is what I mean about how the season finale was such a letdown after this episode. This actually stars Michael B. Jordan. You'll recognize his face instantly. But a pilot lands on like this rocky planet after a battle against some aliens. He finds a life hutch, which is a shelter nearby that also crash landed. And while he's in there, the maintenance robot inside malfunctioned. So it attacks anything that moves, including him. He takes quite a bit of damage, and eventually he's actually able to kill the robot by tricking it into attacking himself. It's a very contained story. It's like I'd say it's a bottle episode, because it does take place in one spot, but it's very suspenseful. And it's a very enjoyable episode. Obviously the animation's beautiful, so it's worth watching.
It's snowing!
On to number 2, we have Snow in the Desert. Snow in the Desert is the 4th episode of season 2, and I believe it is the longest. It might be tied for the longest with my topic on the list. So this is about an albino man named Snow, and he's being hunted because he's basically immortal. He's got a unique ability which regenerates his body. He meets a woman later on, and they start building a bit of a relationship. And he finds out that she's a cybernetic cyborg. So she's also immortal. It plays a lot on him struggling with immortality, but right at the end he realizes he's found someone who's just like him. The art style is incredible, and the world feels very well built. It feels like Mad Max in a way, because it's on this barren, sandy planet. I really enjoyed it. It only just doesn't make the top spot, because the top spot's a really good episode. At number 1, we have Pop Squad, which is the 3rd episode of season 2. If you've seen season 2, you'll probably agree with me on this. It is the longest episode, or it might just be a little bit shorter than Snow in the Desert, I'm not sure. But this is set in like a future world where humans are pretty much immortal. So having children is being forbidden to prevent overpopulation, and any children that are found are killed. It made me think a lot of something Minority Report. It's a movie with Nicolas Cage where if you're like ineffective in society, you get killed. This feels a lot like, and the main character feels a lot like Nicolas Cage's character in that movie, and I enjoyed that movie. So basically, this detective who does these executions becomes a bit of a... Well, the job starts taking a toll on him. He starts losing a bit, and he meets a woman who's buying a toy set. And he follows her where he finds out that she's got a daughter. He is very philosophical about it, and her opinion on having a child changed his mind on what he does. When he leaves, his partner tries to kill him, and they kill each other. I don't think he actually died at the end. In my opinion, I feel like he would have survived. It's my headcanon with this episode. But no, this is by far the best episode of the season. It's only just ahead of Snow in the Desert, but there's a very wide gap between the other episodes and those two. Season 2 overall isn't as great as Season 1. I think the best episodes of Season 1, Sonny's Edge, The Witness, Beyond the Aquila Rift, are higher than these episodes. And there's episodes in like Season 3 that are also higher. So it's hard for it to live up to it. It definitely didn't help it being such a short season and having a few episodes that were bad, because it highlighted that, well, if half your season is mediocre compared to the rest, it's a lot worse. But that's it for Season 2. You'll see these episodes in my bigger ranking after I rank Season 4, and let me know what you think. If you agree with what I've said, then all the power to you, I'm glad. If not, let me know why. I'd love to know. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.